Hello students, in our earlier lecture we are start a computation of income from salary, and in our last lecture we are solve a practical problem on computation of taxable income or income from salary. In our today's lecture we are going to solve a practical problem number second on computation of income from salary. Okay, so here problem number second, Mrs. Jamdade is a marketing manager of Bajaj Auto Limited, Pune. She has submitted the following particulars of income for the previous year 2019 and 2020. Okay, so Mrs. Jamdade is a marketing manager. She is worked in Bajaj Auto Limited, Pune. Okay, and she furnishes the income, or she furnishes the information of her income for previous year 2019-20, and according to the information provided by Mrs. Jamdade, we have to compute income from salary. Okay, so here first of all we read the problem. Basic salary rupees 25,000 per month. DA, it means dearness allowance, rupees 2,000 per month, into bracket rupees 500 rupees 500 per month enters into retirement benefit. Okay, so here rupees 500 is considered for the benefit of retirement. Okay, so 500 is considered for retirement benefit. Then city compensatory allowance rupees 1000 per month, entertainment allowance 600 per month, education allowance for 2 children at rupees 140 per month per child. Okay, or per children. Okay, hostel allowance for 2 children at rupees 400 per month per child or per children. Okay, then transport allowance rupees 1700 per month, reimbursement of club subscription rupees 2500, house rent allowance rupees 3000 per month. She paid rupees 4500 as a rent of house per month. She has contributed rupees 1800 per month to recognized provident fund. It means it is a employee contribution, not employer contribution. We taken into consideration only employer's contribution. Employee contribution should not be considered in gross income or gross salary of the SEC. Okay, then interest credited to RPF 12% amounted to rupees 18,000, so it is also very important. Then she received rupees 21,000 by way of reimbursement of hospital bill by the employer. She has taken treatment at government hospital, so medical bill reimbursed by the employer, and she had take a treatment in government hospital. So SSC will get a treatment from government hospital, and medical bill is reimbursed by the employer, then all amount are exempted from tax. Okay, then her employer paid professional tax rupees 2600 per annum. It means the owner of the company or the owner of the Bajaj Auto Limited has paid a professional tax of Mrs. Jamdade. Okay, so employer paid professional tax, then we add it into the gross salary, and then we deduct these professional tax from a deduction under section 16 subsection 3. Got it? Compute a income from salary. So here information provided, and according to the information provided by the Mrs. Jamdade, we have to compute a income from salary for assessment year 2020-21. So first of all, basic salary, all amount are taxable. Basic salary into bracket taxable. Okay, then DA is also taxable. Then city compensatory allowance. So city compensatory allowance, whole of the city compensatory allowance is taxable. Then entertainment allowance. So entertainment allowance is taxable for private sector employees as well as government employee, but we only take a deduction of entertainment allowance to government employee. So entertainment allowance is not allowed for deduction under section 16 to private sector employees. So all entertainment allowance is taxable. Okay, then education allowance. So education allowance for two children amounted to rupees 140 per month per child. Okay, so Mrs. Jamdade has received education allowance for two children amounted to rupees 140. Okay, so here remember the partly taxable and partly exempted allowances. So it is a part of partly exempted and partly taxable allowance, that is educational allowance uh, amounted to rupees 100. Okay, amounted to rupees 100 per child is exempted, maximum for two children. Got it? Maximum for two children. So make a star in front of education allowances because it is a partly taxable and partly exempted allowance. Okay, then hostel allowance. So hostel allowance is given to the SAC for two children amounted to rupees 400 per month per child. Okay, per child. So it is also exempted. Okay, exempted rupees 300 per month per child. Okay, so make a star because the hostel allowance is also a partly taxable and partly exempted allowance. Then transport allowance. So transport allowance, all transport allowance are taxable. Transport allowance all taxable. All taxable allowances, all transport allowance is taxable because or the information is given, that is transport allowance. It is partly taxable, partly exempted for handicapped person. Okay, in case of normal person, then transport allowance are taxable or fully taxable. In case of normal person, transport allowance is fully taxable. Okay, then reimbursement of club subscription. Okay, so employer has reimbursed the club subscription of SAC, then it is taxable. Okay, then it is taxable. Taxable. Next one is house rent allowance rupees 3000 per month. So Mrs. Jamdade has received house rent allowances amounted to rupees 3000 per month and she paid a rent for house rupees 4500 per month. So we have to compute a exempted HRA. Okay, so make a star in front of uh, HRA because additional working note has to be prepared for computation of exempted HRA. Then she has contributed rupees 1800 per month to recognized provident fund. So only employer's contribution is taken into consideration in the gross salary. Employees contribution to the provident fund is not taken into consideration in gross salary. Okay, So while we compute a gross salary, we only taken into consideration the employer's contribution. Employee contribution is not taken into consideration for calculation of gross salary. Got it? So this adjustment is given for your confusion. Okay. Only deduction is allowed for contribution of SAC. Okay, but we compute income from salary, so this adjustment is given for your confusion. Then the interest credited to RPF. So we already studied the tax treatment. Okay, tax treatment of provident fund. So here the recognized provident fund. Okay, so interest credited to recognized provident fund of SAC, then specified rate or up to specified rate the interest is exempted. So up to specified rate means interest on credited to the RPF is exempted up to 9.5%, and if the interest is credited on RPF is more than or about 9.5%, then it is taxable. So here remember that the interest credited to RPF is 12%. It means 9.5% is exempted and remaining percentage is taxable. Okay, so make a star in front of interest. Okay, then she received rupees 21,000 by way of reimbursement of hospital bill by the employer. So employer reimbursed the hospital bill of Mrs. Jamdade amounted to rupees 21,000, and Mrs. Jamdade has taken treatment at government hospital. So here the SSC will get a treatment from government hospital and employer reimburse the medical bill, then all amount is exempted. Okay, all amount of medical bill is tax free or it is exempted because the SEC will take a treatment in government hospital. Then professional tax. Okay, so exempted. Then professional tax is paid by employer. If professional tax is paid by employee, then directly we deduct this professional tax from gross salary under section 16 subsection 13, sorry, subsection 3. But here employer has paid a professional tax, then remember the deduction under section 16. We will discuss this section that if the employer has paid a professional tax of employee, then it will be added to the gross salary and then get a deduction from gross salary. It means first of all add in gross salary and then second one we deduct this professional tax from gross salary amounted to rupees 2,600 per month. Okay, got it? So here we find out a taxable, partly taxable, okay, and partly taxable allowances, taxable allowances. Okay, now we prepare a solution to compute a income from salary. So here solution that is computation of income from salary. Then name of SAC is given Mrs. Jamdade. Okay, city Pune. Okay, then assessment year and previous year. assessment year 2020-21, previous year 2019-20, prepare a three column particulars rupees here particulars rupees. Then first point is basic pay that is amounted to rupees 25,000 per month. Okay, so we compute a salary for whole year. So here 25,000 per month multiplied by 12, that is amounted to rupees 3 lakh is the basic pay. Okay, then basic pay, then basic pay, then DA amounted to rupees 2,000 per month. Okay, so DA here basic salary is taken into consideration. Okay, basic salary is taken into consideration. Then DA amounted to rupees 2,000 per month. Okay, so here we convert this DA into whole year, that is 2,000 multiplied by 12, we get a amount of DA for the year, that is 24,000. Okay, 24,000. Then here it is very important, that is rupees 500 is considered for retirement benefit. Okay, then city compensatory allowance rupees 1,000 per month. So whole amount of city compensatory allowance is taxable. City compensatory allowance amounted to rupees 1,000 per month. So 1,000 multiplied by 12, we get a amount that is 12,000. Then entertainment allowance, whole of entertainment allowance is taxable. So entertainment allowance 600 per month. So 600 multiplied by 12, we get 7,200. Okay, we get 7,200 entertainment allowance received during the year or during the previous year. Then education allowance. So education allowance is partly taxable and partly exempted. So here education allowance received, that is received amounted to rupees, city compensatory allowance is taken into consideration, so we make a highlight to city compensatory allowance. Then entertainment allowance is also taken into consideration. Education allowance is now we are taken into consideration, that is 1000, sorry, education allowance is rupees 140 per month per child, okay, and the SAC have two childrens, okay, the SAC have two children, so 2 multiplied by 140 multiplied by 12, okay, so education allowance is received for or amounted to rupees 140 for two children of the SAC, so multiplied by 2 into 12, because the 140 is per month, so we compute a education allowance for whole year for two children. 140 multiplied by 2 means two children, into 12 months, okay, so here the amount is rupees 3360, 3360. So in inner column, because partly taxable and partly allowance, okay, partly taxable and partly exempted allowance, so here 3360. Then we get a deduction or exemption, okay, so here less exemption, okay, so exemption for education allowance is 100 per month per child, maximum two children, multiplied by 2 multiplied by 12. So 100 rupee is exempted for per child, so here two children, maximum two children's, for maximum two children 100 rupee is exempted for per child, maximum for two children, okay, so here 100 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 12, we get a 2400, okay, 2400 is the exempted education allowance, 2400 is exempted education allowance, and remaining balance is taxable, that is 960 is taxable, okay, 960 is taxable allowance, got it, 960 is taxable. Then another allowance, that is another allowance, another allowance. So here in problem another allowance is given, that is hostel allowance, hostel allowance. So hostel allowance is taken into consideration now. So hostel allowance for two children of rupees 400 per month per child. So hostel allowance is also given to Mrs. Chamdade. Hostel allowance amounted rupees 400 into two children into 12 month, okay, into 12 month. So here amount of hostel allowance is inner column, that is 9600, 9600, then deduct, then less exemption, okay, less exemption, less exemption, less exemption. So exemption is 300 rupees per month per child, maximum for two children, okay, so multiplied by 2 multiplied by 12, maximum hostel allowance is exempted for two children amounted rupees 300 per month, okay, so here 7200 is exempted, 7200 is exempted, then remaining balance is taxable. So deduct or the reduce the 7,200 from 9,600, we get a taxable hostel allowance. Okay, so taxable hostel allowance is rupees 2,400. Okay, so taxable hostel allowance is rupees 2,400. Okay, then 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 next allowance is reimbursement of club subscription. So it is a taxable perquisite. Okay, taxable perquisite, that is reimbursement of club subscription. Reimbursement of club subscription amounted to rupees 2,500. Okay, 2,500. So these are the taxable perquisite. 2,500. 2,500. Here we did not taken into consideration the transport allowance, but transport allowance is fully taxable. So here transport allowance is fully taxable. So here add this transport allowance in the salary. Transport allowance amounted to rupees 1,700 per month multiplied by 12. Okay, so whole amount of transport allowance is taxable, amounted to rupees 20,400. 20,400. So transport allowance is fully taxable, amounted to rupees 20,400. Then next, that is HRA. So we have to compute a exempted HRA first of all. So house rent allowance is received. Okay, house rent allowance house rent allowance received amounted to rupees 3,000 multiplied by 12. 3,000 per month. So here we get a amount that is 36,000 is the amount received from HRA. Now we find out the exempted HRA. Okay, so make a working note here. Working note first, that is calculation of exempted HRA. Okay, then first of all, to compute a salary for calculation of HRA. Okay, so here first of all determine the salary. Okay, so here salary is equal to salary for computation of HRA is equal to basic pay plus DA into bracket consider for retirement benefit, okay, plus percentage of commission or percentage of commission on turnover or percentage of commission on sales, okay, percentage of commission on sales. So here salary is equal to so basic pay amounted to rupees 3 lakh. Okay, we already compute a basic pay or basic salary amounted to rupees 3 lakh, that is 25,000 multiplied by 12, okay, plus DA. So here DA is considered for retirement benefit amounted to rupees 500 per month here. So this point is very important for computation of salary. Okay, so DA is considered amounted to rupees 500 for retirement benefit. So this 500 is only taken into consideration. So into bracket 500 multiplied by 12, we get a amount is equal to 6,000 plus percentage of commission. So percentage of commission and percentage of commission on sales is not given, so it is nil, okay, is equal to salary is equal to 3 lakh plus 6,000 we get a salary is equal to 3,06,000 okay. So here we compute a salary for computation of exempted HRA, that is amounted to rupees 3,06,000 is the salary, okay. Now we compute a exempted HRA. So exempted HRA is computed by prepare a 2-column particulars and rupees, okay. So here particulars and rupees. First of all, exempt HRA list of the following three. So first point is actual HRA received. Actual HRA, it means house rent allowance received. So actual HRA received is 3,000 multiplied by 12 amounted to rupees 36,000. Then second point is rent paid. So rent paid by assessee is given in the problem, that is Mrs. Jamdade has paid a rent of house amounted rupees 4,500 per month. So this 4,500 is taken into consideration here. Okay, so 4,500 multiplied by 12, we get a amount that is 54,000 in inner column. So in inner column 54,000 is the rent paid by Mrs. Jamdade. In rent paid we deduct less 10% of salary. 10% of salary. So 10% of salary, that is we compute a salary. So 10 divided by 100, 10 divided by 100 multiplied by salary. So salary we here compute a salary amounted rupees 3,06,000. 3,06,000 is the salary. So 3,60,000, sorry, 3,06,000. So 10% on 3,06,000, it means 30,600 is deducted from 54,000. We get a amount, and that amount is put in the outer column. Okay, so here we get a amount, that amount is called rent paid, that is 23,000 23,000 23,400. Okay, 23,400. And last one is, that is third point, that is third point, is 40% of salary. So 40%, why we consider the 40%? Because Mrs. Jamdade is worked in Pune city. So the employee is worked in Pune, Hyderabad, Satara, Kolhapur, Sangli. We compute a HRA 40% of salary. If the SAC is worked other than Pune, Kolhapur, Satara city, or other than small city, okay, then 40% of salary. And if the SAC is worked in metro city like Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, okay, Delhi, then we taken into consideration the 50% of salary. So here Mrs. Jamdade is worked in Pune city other than metro city, okay, other than metro city. So 40% of salary, so 40 divided by 100 multiplied by salary 3,06,000. Okay, 3,06,000, and the amount is called 1,22,000, 1,22,400. Okay, now we compute a exempted HRA very easily. Okay, whichever is lower, whichever is least of the three is exempted HRA. So here list value is rupees 23,400. List value is 23,400, and that 23,400 is the exempted HRA, is the exempted HRA. Okay, is the exempted HRA. Got it? So deduct or reduce this value from the HRA received. So here less 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 exempted HRA amounted to rupees 23,400. We get 23,400. Okay, so here exempted HRA is 23,400 and remaining balance is taxable. Okay, so remaining balance is 12,600. So 12,600 is taxable. Then next one is contribution. So the employee contribution is not taken into consideration in gross salary. Okay, but employer's contribution is taken into consideration. So here it is for your confusion. Then the interest credited to the RPF amounted to rupees 18,000 at 12%. So interest credited to RPF is exempted up to 9.5%. So interest on RPF amounted to rupees 12% amounted to rupees 18,000 less exempted less exempted less exemption less exemption less 9.5% exemption exemption interest on RPF exempted up to 9.5%. So compute 9.5%, that is 18,000 multiplied by exempted 9.5%, that is 18,000 multiplied by 9.5 divided by 12. So exempted interest amounted to rupees 14,250. Remaining balance is taxable, that is 3,750. 3,750. Then reimbursement of medical bill amounted to rupees 21,000 and SSC taken treatment in government hospital. So all amount is exempted. So here reimbursement of hospital bill amounted to rupees 21,000 less 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 exemption medical treatment is taken in government hospital. $21,000. In outer column amount is nil. Then professional tax paid by employer. So employer paid professional tax of employee amounted to rupees 2600. Okay, so here we taken into consideration all taxable allowances, perquisite and interest on RPF. Okay, make a total of outer column, and total is to 3,88,410. 3,88,410 is a gross salary of Mrs. Jamdade, 3,88,410 gross salary. Then less deductions under section 16. First, standard deduction. Okay, standard deduction is 50,000 under section 16 subsection 1A. Okay, amounted rupees 50,000. Amounted to rupees 50,000. Then professional tax under section 16 subsection 3 amounted to rupees 2,600. So here total deduction amounted to rupees 52,600. 52,600. Deduct these deductions from gross salary. So here we get a 3,35,810 is the income from salary. Income from salary, that is 3,35,810 is the taxable income from salary. Okay, so here we solve a practical problem number 2 on computation of taxable income from salary. Okay, in our next lecture we are solve a practical problem number 3 on computation of income from salary. Okay, thank you very much.